they got to. So, what is my point? Well, do you think you had a point to your life? Well, my family probably has, they have religion on and off. If I'm honest with you, I can't think of a reasonable point unless I decide to elect to have the hope that we're going to go somewhere. And if we go somewhere outside of this solar system or outside of this reality, or at least outside of the dimensions we know, then maybe we'll find something great. And that was the buildup. Now we got there. Now we're doing something. This is great. Glad we hung in there and everybody didn't off themselves with a 45 or something. But what is the likelihood of that? We can just be. We can just be. But like I said, if you're on your deathbed and you say, okay, I realize there's no religion, no God, no, I'm not going anywhere. Humans aren't going to make it off the planet. Okay, so if I look back at my life, was the pain worth the joy? I mean, what would you answer to that? I existed, yes. But if 85% of my life was dreadful pain or unconscious sleep, compared to 15% that was joy or happiness or fulfillment, it sounds like I got a bad deal. Think smaller. Stabby says think smaller. Now he's getting, I'm not good with mysteries. You have to reveal. You have to reveal them to me, Stab, so we can get deep into this. What is your point personally? I don't have a point, Stabby. I just think that it might be all for nothing, but I would never be able to prove that in my lifetime. So I elect, for whatever reason, to just go with the hope that we're going to do something greater. And to do that, we need to keep fucking popping off more humans. Mm-hmm. And my coffee and my special thermos with my paracord that's glow in the dark. Yeah. Caps did kick the Islanders' ass today. If you guys didn't see Mr. Tom Wilson, the young 21-year-old or so, knocked about 75 Islanders out of the stadium. They flew, much like fecal bacteria fly when you flush the toilet. I don't know if you knew this. I told Guy, fecal bacteria when you flush your toilet can literally jump across the room about 20 feet. So you don't want to have open containers in there when you're reading. And also your books are probably covered with fecal bacteria. It's just, don't be afraid. I'm not afraid of it. But if you're one of those germaphobes, yeah, I'm just going to ruin your bathroom existence. I guarantee it. Yes, I was talking shit about the Islanders, goddamn them. I didn't hate the Islanders. I had really no ill feelings toward the Islanders until I heard what they did to the fans. And it got to be a big deal, and now there's big stories going around. And even the owner of the Caps said he saw the story, plus he experienced it himself. It's one thing to just say, fuck the Caps, fuck your team. That's cool. But once you start with picking on handicapped children, directly, not indirectly, throwing out the racist terms because there's a black lady in a Caps uniform, or who else did they pick on? They were keying people's cars. They were pouring beers on people. It just got ugly. And then tonight, I don't know if you saw the clip, but they threw a fucking beer from like the second level and hit Brooks Orpik in the head, which would have hit Joel Ward, but he ducked. And I was thinking, Joel Ward, you should sacrifice yourself more. Take one for the team. Take the beer to the head. But no, he ducked and bow, Brooks Orpik, who had been cut in like the second period of the game badly, bleeding everywhere. He was back. They had to stitch him up. That's what hockey's like. You do that shit in football, they're out of the game. Hockey, if tendons didn't get cut, if arteries were not severed, they're coming back into the game. You got to love that shit. Cavs. I know Guy likes certain Ohio teams. Unless retarded kids step in front of the roller coaster line at Six Flags, gloves off. Oh, okay. I hear you. So okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, but this was, I don't know. I think it wasn't expected at a hockey venue. I think it caught everybody off guard. They really went out of control. So these guys have to answer for this when they come back to D.C. on Thursday. Now, I don't know what our fans are going to do. The last time I saw one of our fans do anything really ugly was when he's a dick. He poured a beer on John Tortorella's head. Remember when he was coaching the New York Rangers? Yeah, right over the glass. Bloop, 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 bloop. Took his afro down to like a flat weave. It didn't look good. Not on John. My voice is going to be gone soon, so y'all better start looking for a transitional show. I'll give you the heads up. That's going to be about my 10-minute notice. This fucking rocks. Oh, Blackhawks and Predators tied at 2-2 after 2 overtimes. Holy shit. Philly didn't give me the bloodletting I had hoped for, bastards. Well, I'm not saying that they're always the toughest team, but I think their psychological profile is one of fight first, play hockey later. There is no cosmic why, says Stabby, but I look at it as we are the universe's way at understanding itself. Okay, Stabby's talking essentially about a produced conscious by what, or an observer effect, and then again by what? Why are we here? Forget why we're here. How did we get here? We didn't create ourselves. I mean, you know the steps of life that go from single celled up to where we are, but wouldn't that be all over the universe? I mean, if there is an intelligent being that created everything, what was his point? And I hate that saying that, well, we could never understand God's ways because they're so complex. I think we could. I mean, give it a shot, God. Tell us what this is all about. See, we could probably handle it. We can handle some of it. But the whole mysterious thing, that doesn't work for me. Cleveland Barons. Ash escaped the dungeon again. Hey, Ash. I'm sorry that we're assholes. We don't try. I think it comes naturally to us. I used to be a really nice guy. I still am in certain public situations, but I'll tell you something. When you think that you have peaked forward in your life and seen your death because of certain events, a lot of stuff changes. You stop caring about a bunch of smaller shit. You really do. That's the one thing I'm fortunate. I'm just glad it happened that way, because I know people that are as old or older than me that are incredibly nervous, always worried about their reputation, easily offended, lose their minds when they're challenged on anything. And I am so losing that. I mean, I feel so good to be able to be a whipping boy now and actually enjoy it. Go ahead, beat me, motherfucker. Yeah. I'll go sadist and masochist. You won't know. You'd be like, what ism is he? He's a fucking fuckism is what he is. Toledo peeps are all Red Wings fans, even with the Blue Jackets in Ohio. Turned into the Crusaders twice, then turned into Live Follies and moved. Okay, you guys lost. Oh, you're talking about the Cleveland Barons, which was that be the predecessor to the Cleveland Browns? I know Redskins used to be the Boston Redskins. I don't think we're allowed to call them Redskins anymore. I don't think so. I think we have to call them, to be politically correct, we now have to call them Spics, and that's all right. I mean, Washington Spics, it does have a bit of a, it's got impact. Washington Spics, because Washington Wetbacks would have worked. I mean, it had the same amount of syllables as the Redskins and kind of sounded the same, but no, they wanted that. Spics has one syllable and it has impact. It starts off with an S sound, much like a person with a lisp, but it ends in a BAM. And I think Washington Spics is going to be a great team name for this Redskins team. Oops, I said Redskins. How many of you guys in the chat room have Native American Indian heritage? I'll bet Barco has, if I had to guess, he hasn't told me yet, I'll bet he has German, Russian. Yeah, I'd say German and Russian. I think he's of German and Russian descent. That's my guess. Guy, I know, because I've heard him say it before, I think there's German and Irish. I know there's Irish. I don't know about the German. Stabby, let me see. If I had to guess, this is very hard because I don't know much about Stabby. I would guess English and either English and French, or maybe English and Italian. He might have a little Italian zing in there. I don't know. Hope I haven't offended anybody. I'm just guessing. I truly have become a mutt. I mean, we trace back to the Vikings, we trace moms back to the English, but we've also got, because we trace grandma on dad's side back to her grandfather was 100% Cherokee Indian. So basically a bunch of people fucked, and here I am. And you don't know where they're from, do you? Oh, the blacks, everything came out of Africa, and then they started changing because of the melanin and the pigment. Who cares, really? You know, isn't it Mr. Solutions that says how black we are? How black are we? I mean, how black are regular white people? We're, what, 12, 20%? I don't give a fuck. Does that really matter? I mean, can you imagine somebody in the KKK just learning that? They're going to be livid. They're going to say, fuck science. We're the chosen ones. We are of Aryan descent. We come from Atlantis. That's Hotlantis to you Dirty Birds fans. Oh, my God. Yeah, I'm rambling. I wish I could stay on longer tonight, but as you can hear, my voice is about to go. So we are 20% black. Okay, out of the box, if you're a white person, you're at least 20% black. So, do you have Italian in your history there, Guy? Barco didn't tell me what his descent is from. Or was I right? 0 Indian, Polak, and Mick. Okay. Yeah, I must have been wrong about him. Romans raped the Germans, I know, and the Africans raped the goddamn Egyptians, and the fucking Eritreans raped the Yugoslavs, and the goddamn Russians raped the Germans before the Germans raped the Russians, or was it vice versa? Don't know. I know the Scots came from Ireland, and the English fucked them all, but the Vikings fucked everybody after the fucking was done. Vikings said, oh, we're here, we're fucking. Oh, you didn't know? We come for two things. We're coming for the booty, and we're coming for that booty. You see the difference? Booty, booty. I want the booty. I want the booty. Yeah, Vikings, bad people. I'm not real proud of having them in my line, but it does explain why I like to get on boats and do crazy shit when I'm drinking. I mean, it's right down, it's like textbook Viking shit that I do when I get on a boat. I'm immediately setting sail. I'm immediately inclined to go west. Once I hit the water, even if west runs me back into the shore, it's like I'm bumping my head here, but I got to go this way. Yeah, I'm straight out of the Viking textbook. But you know, a drunk Viking, prevailing winds change on you. Next thing you know, I don't know. I'm in Rome. I'm in Greenland. I'm in Iceland. I'm in fucking New Brunswick. I'm in Florida. Yeah, I'm a Viking in Florida. I don't know how I got here. Chris Columbus, bitch, we were here 500 years before that motherfucker. Vikings found this bitch. Not to say there weren't already people here, but they walked, and it took them a few thousand years, so we're much faster. Vikings are much faster than the Native American Indians. Vikings have draft picks. Okay, I see where you're going with this. Okay, Barco finally came out with it. Irish on dad's side, Irish and Polak on mom's. Now, the Polish people, before they became the butt of 1,000 jokes after World War II, which I still don't understand the root of that. I'm not looking into it. I don't like things that pick on entire large groups of people, so I don't look into it. But weren't they some of the most innovative people in Europe? I mean, that's what I've read when it comes to history and language development and technologies. I don't know. What created the Polak joke series? Was that German propaganda? World War II era? From, I don't know, after World War I, between World War I and World War II? I wonder what started that. Johnny Flop is fuck. I'll tell you what, whoever came up with kielbasa did a good job. I mean, and I know you're just going, oh, look at fucking pig dick and pig stomach and pig eye and wrap it up. Hey, we got the kielbasa. But that's a good combination. You put the dick and the eye and the ball in there. That's a good combination. It'll have you nodding a lot. I'll tell you that. Barco sharing an intimate moment with us. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Barco, who says, my mom's dad brewed illegal hoochster in the 1920s, drove it to Detroit and sold it. Therefore, Red Wings. He got a job as a test driver for GM after Prohibition ended. That's your 19th Amendment. Check it out. Actually, it was the 21st that repealed it, I think. He got a job as a